any of the mothers of your children?
No.
To ask why? Why not?
Why'd I need to?
Well, because according to the article, the woman who says that you paid for her to have an abortion is also the mother of one of your children. It seems like that's an easy way to...
Because of the article, I had more kids. That's why I didn't reach out to anyone, because I said no, and that's what I mean. When I said no, I said it's not correct, that's a lie. And that's what I mean, that's a lie.
But if the woman said that
Yes, let me go to her.
Thank you. You said that if this did happen, there's nothing to be ashamed of. How do you
Wait, I never
that?
said...
You said that this morning on you.
No, what I said, I was talking about something totally different than if this did happen. I said, with my ex-wife and with my past, nothing to do with what this woman said.
So
I said, this here, the abortion thing is false. It's a lie. And that's what I said. I said, anything happened with my ex-wife or what Christian was talking about, I don't know. But as I said, if anything happened, there's nothing to be ashamed of, because my ex-wife and I have been the best of friends with her husband and my wife. So that's the thing that I've said. And I said nothing about if it did happen, because I said that's a lie. Let me go to somebody else. Let's go here. Let me go over here. Let me go here. Let me go here. Wait, let me go here.
I'll put it to you. What's your, just really quickly, what's your reaction to people so close to you? Your son, a mother of someone who says that she's the mother of your kids, saying that you're lying. What's your reaction to people so close to you, saying don't trust you?
Well, just like what I just said, the Democrats are desperate for this seat. This seat is important. They're very desperate for this seat.
Herschel Walker held a gaggle with reporters. He continued his responses, as we have seen, in the form of deflection, misdirection, and deceit.
Politico reporting that Walker's team knew of an abortion allegation months before it surfaced. One Georgia GOP operative saying, quote, the reaction was not, they're not going to say that because it never happened. It was like everything else. People aren't going to find out.
The man who broke the Herschel Walker abortion story, Roger Sullenberger, spoke with MSNBC.
I would also like to call everyone's attention here really quickly to Herschel's denial of this story. He says that, nothing in the Daily Beast is true. He denies everything. That's not true. He actually confirmed 2 of my reports about his secret children. I put those reports out in June, just 2 days apart. He confirmed both of them. He does not think that everything the Daily Beast prints is a lie. He has not denied that. So he's doing some sort of Jedi mind trick where he says, I deny it on one hand, and then, he's also like asking, appealing to redemption, appealing to forgiveness and grace and all of that on the other. So which one is it?
So the woman who Walker was reported to have paid for an abortion, where the Daily Beast has the receipts, signed a get well card, whose handwriting was confirmed by his own son that it was indeed the signature, also had another child with the woman who allegedly got the abortion from Herschel Walker. I mean, what a story. Christian would write in response to the recent news, wear a condom, damn. There was yet one more highlight from the gaggle.
Herschel, the Lieutenant Governor, Jeff Duncan, went on TV, I think last night, and had some very critical words of you, saying that the Republican Party was in disarray.
Yes.
I think his direct quote, paraphrasing it, was the only reason he's the Republican nominee is because he scored a lot of touchdowns for the University of Georgia.
Now, who was it you said did that?
Jeff Duncan.
Oh, what is he doing now?
Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah, but I don't know. What is he doing now? He does work for who? Don't he go on some TV show all the time? No. Don't he go on the TV and talk a lot?
He's still the
No. Don't he go on TV and talk a lot? Right now, people like that. Do I listen to?
So he doesn't know who the lieutenant governor is of his own state that he is running in, even though he resides in Texas. Yamiche Alcindor also had this to report recently.
In the state of Georgia, the lieutenant governor is voicing unease here. He's saying that even the staunchest Republicans, they're starting to be, quote, rattled by the drip, drip, drip of information. He also said that this baggage that Herschel Walker is carrying, that it's becoming, quote, his words, unbearable. So it really tells you that there is a little bit of politics going on here. This is a state where 1 or 2% of the vote makes all the difference in a state that is so close because the Senate race is so close and critical to Republicans trying to win back control.
The Washington Post reported many Republican operatives admit privately that Walker was backed by the party's leaders, at least in part because the GOP wanted a black candidate to face Raphael Warnock, the first black senator in Georgia's history, who preaches at the pulpit once held by the Reverend Martin Luther King. A lot of conservatives said he's black and he agrees with us, and I think that's why people just gave him the benefit of the doubt, said one Republican strategist in the state of Georgia, speaking on the condition of anonymity to talk candidly. That's what happens when you have a primary and, a celebrity candidate unvetted in the media. Look, guys, like, isn't that all how we feel? Like, every time we see something about this guy, we're just like, ugh. It's rare. It's rare for me to be at like a loss for words, but it's just so tiring knowing how unqualified this man is. Like he said, we send our good air, which is not good. We send our good air. Look at the last Supreme Court case that they heard. Our air is not good, but we're sending our good air so we could get rid of China's bad air. Like his comments on trees, his comments on women should just buy groceries. Like, it is a problem in this country that this man, who is so unqualified, is yet so close to being a senator. And there will be people in the comments who are like, cry more lib, when like, you guys need to really learn, like, we are not liberals at this network. Like, I love how anybody who opposes Republicans is just labeled a liberal. Like, that's just absolutely hilarious to me. But I'll see the cry more lib and like all this stuff, and it's like, first off, we're not crying, we're fact checking. I think that's the problem with right-wing politics, is you guys don't see the value in finding truth. That's what we're doing here. On top of that, the reason it grinds our gears is because and I'm not even a fan of like Dems, honestly. They are not our friends. But if a Dem were to do one thing that Herschel Walker did, one thing, it would be the lead story on Hannity. It would be the lead story on Ingram. It would be the lead story on Tucker. It would be the lead story on Fox and Friends. They would like, let me give an example here. Mr. Potato Head. Huge story. Herschel Walker, who claims to be a Christian, but this woman who is allegedly, who received an abortion from Walker with the receipts and got a get well card with Herschel Walker's signature, and is the mother of one of his children, said he uses Christianity when he feels it's necessary, which is he picks and chooses when to use it and when to apply it. My read is he's just faking it. Just my opinion, but that's also something that I think a lot of people feel who can be objective, is that they are pandering for these votes over and over and over again. Georgia, I'm begging you. I know that they have gerrymandered the crap out of that state. I know, all right? I'm aware. But if you are someone who is anti-abortion and you choose to vote for this guy, you're a hypocrite. If you are pro-abortion and you vote for this guy, I think you're lost. I remember from the 2020 election, my pops and I were talking about this. Folks waited 8 hours to vote. Meanwhile, we have friends in London who get mailed their ballot and they mail it back and it's nothing. I know they have gerrymandered the crap out of that state. I know that they will force you to wait in long lines. And I'm sorry that they're doing that. In California, everyone gets a mail-in ballot. Even in Brazil, they vote on the weekend. But that's another topic for another day. George, I'm begging you. Do not let this man in the Senate. Please. That's all.